So every year for folks on Medicare, there is one main period that someone can make changes to their Medicare healthcare options during the AEP. Of course, that is October 15th through December 7th. And that is pretty much the easy part, but the hard part is knowing what Medicare things you should be considering during the AEP. So today, let's talk about 5 of the top things you should be looking at this Medicare AEP. Hi, Michael, and this is Michael's Medicare. And over the last 15 years, my team and I have been helping folks here in Southern California to make some of those tough Medicare choices to fit their needs, their budgets, and their healthcare goals. And if you or someone you know needs help reviewing their Medicare options, contact us at the information down below or check out our great stuff on the YouTube, on Instagram, on the socials. We have new Medicare content coming out every single week. But just real quick, if you are new to Medicare or just need a quick refresher and are not sure what an annual election period even is, it is the one time a year that happens every year from October 15th through December 7th when folks who have Medicare can make changes to their Medicare options. This could be changing their Medicare Advantage plans, changing their Medicare Part D plans, going back to original Medicare, opting into a Medicare Advantage plan or Medicare Supplement plan, or really any sort of combination of all of those things. Now, outside of this time frame, there are only a limited number of options throughout the year to make these similar changes, and often would need a qualifying life event that would allow for a special enrollment. Of course, there is one exception to this, which is during the GEP, or the general election period, which starts in January, and we'll do a whole video on that as well. But it would allow folks to have a one-time change, even outside of AEP, if you change and you don't like it and you want to go back. Let's talk about the first and most important thing to consider about your Medicare during AEP, which is your Medicare coverage, the one that you have right now, overall still making sense? And by that I mean, are all your doctors still covered? Are the costs still within your budget? And does your Medicare Advantage, your Medicare Part D, or your Medicare Supplement plan still meet your Medicare needs? Because if they don't, this is going to be basically the one time of the year that you can make those changes to try something else out that could put you off in a better off Medicare situation than you started in the AEP. Also, and really the best thing about it is if you do make those changes, and most of the changes you can make, you can try them out. And if they don't work out, you can switch back, even after the annual election period that ends after December 7th. One really important decision to make during the Medicare AEP period is whether or not you should consider changing your Medicare Supplement plan. This time frame is a crucial examination point for folks with Medigap plans, because it is true that someone who has Medicare both Part A and Part B, well, they can enroll in a Medicare Supplement plans pretty much anytime throughout the year, regardless of the annual election period or not. But if you are in a situation where you want to change, maybe the cost is getting too much, or you don't like the coverage that you have, or if you want to move to an alternate Medicare coverage, maybe something like a Medicare Advantage, then really the only time to do so is during the year, that AEP period. Yes, you can get out of Medicare Supplement plans, but during the AEP is the only time you can pick up one of those alternate options. And if you miss it and you are just with original Medicare, then really that does leave somebody very exposed to the possibility of a lot of uncovered medical expenses if they miss that window. When we talk about some of the most important Medicare decisions a person can make during the AEP, especially in 2025, we definitely have to include a decision about somebody's Medicare prescription drug coverage. The reason for this is because even though somebody's health situation is ever-changing and undulating, the prescription medications they need to go along with it also change too. The window to find Medicare Part D plans that covers all those medications at the best price is not undulating or changing. In fact, it just goes from October 15th through December 7th. So AEP is the ideal time to look at your current Part D coverage, whether it is through a Medicare Advantage plan or just a standalone Part D plan. You want to take a look at the other RX coverages that are out there and the options that are available through Medicare, or even put your medications into the little Medicare prescription drug finder and see if the options that are out there may cost you less money or give you more options for your foreseeable prescription drug coverage needs in the rest of 2025. Medicare Advantage, at least for our clients, is one of the most popular ways to get some of those costs not covered by original Medicare coverage covered, or at least bring down those costs, or I guess even limit the total amount of healthcare costs that someone can be exposed to, especially in comparison to just having OG original Medicare. But Medicare Advantage plans, mostly HMOs, at least here in Southern California, have a nasty habit of changing their benefits, their doctors, and their networks, and their hospitals all throughout the year. This can be a huge headache if someone needs a specific doctor or hospital and all of a sudden they are no longer in the HMO network. Same goes for prescription drug coverage that are attached to this Medicare Advantage plan. This means that during the AEP period, it is the ideal time to look at what someone's current coverage is through their Medicare Advantage plans and figure out if there are better fits for them. This is because unlike Medicare Supplement or Medigap plans, Medicare Advantage plans really can vary quite wildly in their monthly costs for services, out-of-pocket maximums, and types of extra benefits they offer, and also deductibles. Another really important thing to do during the AEP period, and it's not directly related to AEP, but it is in the end really good, and because it is the end of the year, it makes it a great time to look at what are some of those Medicare assistance programs that are out there that really could help bring down your Medicare costs throughout the coming year. Now, I know a lot of folks may really struggle with the increasing cost of Medicare, with the cost of Medicare Part B going up, with the prescription drug costs going up, with deductibles going up, monthly premiums, Medicare Supplement, all that stuff going up. All these things may be increasing a few percentage points only, but they really do ultimately end up adding up to a lot. So I always recommend to folks that if they think they might be eligible, or maybe if they're not even sure, just to look at things like the Low Income Subsidy Program, or LIS program, a free program that helps bring down the cost of medications and Part D costs, or the state's Medicaid or Medi-Cal programs, as it's called here in California, or we'll see if there are state pharmaceutical benefits programs that can help out with some of those costs for drugs, regardless of somebody's income. Because if you can get help from these programs, it could make a world of difference, even if it's just a few dollars here or a few dollars there, because as my grandmother always said, it all adds up. All right, so that has been the 5 important Medicare decisions you should be making during this year's AEP. That is 1, looking at if your Medicare situation as a whole still makes sense. 2, should you consider a Medicare supplement? 3, do you need to review your Medicare Part D options? 4, should you consider a Medicare Advantage plan? And 5, should you apply for one of the many great financial assistance programs that are out there for Medicare beneficiaries at all financial levels. Now, this has been Michael's Medicare, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you or somebody you know may need help looking at these issues, or really any Medicare related issues or coverage issues, please reach out to us at the information down below, or you can check out all of our other great content on the socials, on Instagram, on YouTube. We have new Medicare content coming out every single week. So for Michael's Medicare, I'm Michael, hoping that you have a great rest of your day, and